Hey guys, it's Jackie from Homeschool Hangout and Nerd Family, and today we're going to talk about how to plan your school year. Here are some of my favorite tools, but we'll get into the tools later. Let's start with some different philosophies that happen. I'm sorry, where's my head? My name is Jackie. I have homeschooled and am homeschooling 4 children. I have graduated 1. I have 2 that are enrolled in college for the fall part-time while homeschooling in high school, and I've been doing this a while. I write about it over at nerdfamily.com, and then I blog about it here. So, like, subscribe, do all the things. Now let's get back to the story. I am getting asked all the time, especially with changes in how we're doing public school now. How do I homeschool? How do I plan my year? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? First off, let me tell you, this is to give you ideas. This is not the way to do anything. There are lots of ways, and that's one of the joys and blessings of homeschooling. That said, there are a couple big schools of thought in how to plan your year. I have friends who do this. This is not how I do it. And they take a weekend, take a week, and they sit down and plan out their entire year. What do I mean by that? They know what they're teaching their kids every day, what homework is due every day, what days they're doing school, what weeks they're taking off. They just do. They plan their entire year. There is something in my heart that loves that idea because it's done, and done is always better. Some people do a modified version and plan a quarter, a semester. Let me be real honest in why I don't do that. I don't do that because it will make me uptight. And what do I mean by that? Some of the things I love about homeschooling is if we're doing algebra or first grade math, this is at any age, and they're not getting a concept, I don't have to rush them through to the next concept. We can print extra review pages. We can take extra time. We can make sure they understand it more than getting through the homework. That's one of the joys for me. We can also say, you know what, that math book, you hate that math book, you don't understand that math book, I hate that math book. I've decided that it has too much review. So I'm going to modify what my requirements are partway through because I'm realizing that all the problems are too much or all the writing is too much, whatever that is. That's another joy. Another joy is if you guys get an opportunity or get sick or whatever causes you to change your schedule, you don't have to do school. I've seen people, and I've done this to my own children when I've planned out something of like, but this is the homework you have to do this week. If we're going to stay on task, you've got to do this homework this week. So I know we're taking 3 days off school, but we're going to do nothing else fun. Let's do homework, kids. I personally don't want to be tied into that. And if I have a plan, because I am a bad person, I cannot scrap that plan without having a lot of stress. Some people can. I know people who plan by the quarter and go, this is my plan. I just want to make sure I have all my materials. And if at the end of the quarter I replan, that's not a big deal. I don't like crossing things out of my planner. And for those of you who think, oh, you're just not an organized person. I'm not. That's why I love my planner. My brain gets dumped every week, every month, every day in my planner. This is a happy planner, and I use a vertical layout. Let's see if I can. And there are times in which I just don't do it. So I'll do things like this. This is back in February. This is my weekly layout. And then I separately list everything separately too and have like running to-do lists and everything. So it's not because I don't love planners. It's because I may love having a plan a little too much. And that is my own personal sin struggle. But I know other people who don't like to get too far in front of it because the other part is I'm lazy. I don't want to plan 3 months and we get 2 weeks into it and I scrap the plan because I wasted all that time planning the 3 months and I want that time back. So how do you do that if you don't want to sit down and plan your entire year, your entire life, and everything? Well, there's lots of different ways. And how I do it is I plan in spurts. And it depends on what you're teaching, what your spurt needs to be. When my children were younger, we would be doing things like, I pick my curriculum, and if all things go right, we're going to finish this curriculum. This is a curriculum of my life. And then I would plan for the week, and then I plan for the month. And what I mean by that is I often do things like apologia science. And if we're going to do an experiment, I need to pick which experiments we're going to do so that I can get those materials. So I kind of plan out for the month. That way I don't have to go shopping immediately. I can get it when I'm out. Is this something I can get at Walmart, or is this something I have to make a special trip for? Story of the World was another thing, and I love Story of the World still. But my kids are old and no longer fun. And you would have to get books from the library or buy them all. I wasn't going to do that because I wasn't going to do that. I don't have that much money in the world. But if you requested them from the library, they would be sent to your library. But you need to give them about 2 weeks. And once we got the books, we could keep them anywhere from 3 to 9 weeks, depending on who else wanted them. So I would just kind of go, okay, this is what I hope to get done this month. Let's request the books. Now, the kids are older. I don't even have to do that far ahead because their curriculums are so self-contained, either online or in books I get. So what have I always done with my kids? Well, I don't use this to plan any of their school. I use this to mark down where they're going to be, but not to plan their school. I have always used individual planners. This one is from the dollar store. And this is my almost 15-year-old son's planner. And I've done this since they were little. This is my 17, she's 17 now. My 17-year-old daughter's mini happy planner. And what I've done, and now I don't do it per se, I make them do it, is I would sit down and I would have all of their planners sitting in front of me. I would have the curriculum and knowing basically what I want to do. And then I would go in, okay, we found a blank page. I would go in and write their homework assignments for every day. Instead of coming in with a planner of my own, like this, which is a great planner, I would put it in their own personal planner. And I would do everyone's planner at once, and even the babies. Like as soon as we started doing official school, I would start doing that. So they would know. My children came out the womb wanting to know what the plan was. I don't know where they could fit it. Here's your plan for this week. And they do it. My son has a certain amount of math assignments he needs to do. My 17-year-old is taking a summer school college course, so she writes all her own homework, plus what I have for her to do on top of that. And they show me their planner on Sunday nights now. Now, my kids, before you guys start going, my kids could never do that. My kids have had planners since like second grade that I filled out. But my kids are, the ones that are still home, are 17, 15 next month, and 13. So this is something they've been trained to do and something they're older and can do. Don't assume that everyone can do it. So that's how I do it. I have them plan it out. Now you can do a hybrid, and I know some parents who do it. I love this. You can keep assignments in a spreadsheet. You can keep assignments in a planner, or you can buy a special. This is the Ultimate Homeschool Planner, and it's put out by Apologia. I like Apologia. They're not the cheapest, but I like everything pretty much from Apologia. And the benefit of a homeschool planner over using a regular planner is kind of how you can group things together. And no, this is not a sponsored post. This is just one I have. And so they kind of do like student resource list. I would do this kind of on my own, meaning this is what I need for science, because I didn't have this back when my kids were little. And these are all the things I'm going to need to get. And then they have where you can fill in your months and your days. And they've got the months up here. And you can do this as you go, every week, every month, or you can do it all up front. I find that school teacher planners just don't work quite as well for me. I use those for business, and that's another video for another channel of how I use a standard teacher planner for business. I stole it from Cindy Balder, Llamas Love Lettering. But one of the things, Apology is a religious group. We've got like Bible study, your Bible plan, your battle plan, memorable moments. So these kind of planners are nice too. So you can do any of them. You can do kids planners and your planner. You can do just your planner. I like kids planners because I would fill them out and hand them to them. Even when they couldn't read, they could check things off and it made them happy. And it started teaching that personal responsibility. Even now we have, I'm not going to show you, he's got his chores for the day listed on each day. He's got his homework listed. He's got his homework for the week listed. And so we can hold him personally accountable of, okay, before you play video games, did you check your planner? Because that's what I have to do. Now, that's the kind of person I always say adapt these organizational tools for the type of organizational person you are. So have you been homeschooling for a while? How do you plan? Let me know down in the bottom. I know some moms even go away for like a planning weekend with all their girlfriends. Can I just say that I'm planning my whole year in a weekend? I don't know. Seems fun though. I don't know. Let me know and catch me over at Nerd Family on Facebook and Nerd Family on Twitter, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.